I want to thank Elementor for sponsoring today's video, and I'm going to show you how you can create your very own website just like this one right here. Super simple and easy utilizing their drag and drop editor. In addition, I'm going to show you how to add pop-ups just like this, as well as how to utilize Elementor's AI to speed up your workflow and add your own custom AI touches to your website to make your life much easier when it comes to creating this. And this all requires zero code. Simply click and drag utilizing their editing software, which I'll show you step by step in this tutorial. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So in order to create a website and have it online, you're going to need to have hosting. So I'll include a link in the description of this video. Simply click on that link and it'll lead you over to Elementor's website. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the different options that they have. So if this is your very first time creating a website, the basic plan would make sense for you. And the main differences between the basic and we have business, grow, and scale is essentially the features and depending on your use case. So you can see here we have 10 gigabytes of storage and 25k monthly visits. So this is your first time. Ideally, you're not too sure if your website is going to get that much traffic. This is a good plan to start with. However, if you are confident and you already know that this website that you're building is going to have significantly more visits, such as 50k per month or even higher, then you can go ahead and choose the plan that best fits your needs. In addition, you can see here the differences in each plan as well, such as staging environment on this option and then cloning and additional features for the other plans versus the basic. In addition, you can see they have the Pro Website Builder included, which is valued at 99 USD with all these additional supports and as well as different features. So for simplicity's sake, assuming this is your first website, I'll just go ahead and click on the basic plan. However, if you already know what you're working on, definitely feel free to choose the one that fits your needs. So once you've picked a plan, it's going to ask you to create an account and it showcases the totals for the current option that you have. So after you created your account, simply fill in all of your details, your billing information, and the payments. And then after that, we'll head over to the setup so we can go ahead and start creating our website together. So once you purchase your plan, it's going to go ahead and ask you to go ahead and name your website. Now, don't worry if you do not see the screen. I'll show you how to access this directly from the dashboard as well. But as of right now, let's go ahead and name this website. So for this one, you can also change this, so don't worry. But for now, let's just call this website tutorial AI, and this will be for my particular sites. And now let's go ahead and click on next. Now here they have website kits, and in short, what a kit is essentially it is a template that is already pre-built and it has pretty much all of the good things you need in a website design, as far as the section, title, fonts, buttons, you name it. And essentially this makes your life significantly easier because all you need to do is find a template that you like and simply go ahead and select it and then easily customize it from there without having to do everything from scratch. Now they do have a lot of different templates here. We can see these kits, and essentially each kit has their own style, as you can see, and depending on your goal, then you can obviously pick one that fits you. And you can see that they have labels as well as moderate, basic, and it just showcases the differences such as advanced as well. And if for some reason you're not a fan of any of the kits, or you just simply want to build something from scratch, you can also do that here as well. So let's go ahead and select a kit. So I'm going to scroll ahead, and this one over here, this mobile payment app, actually looks pretty interesting. So we can actually click over it and hit what's inside, and this will show us what it actually looks like. And we can see here we have the different layouts such as desktop, we have tablets, and then also the mobile phone. And we can see here we even have some nice animations on scroll. And if you were to actually try and code this out yourself from scratch, let me just say that it's definitely going to be significantly more time consuming. So that's why these kits make your life so much easier, because you can see everything is already pre-built. And if you want to delete or even add to this, it's going to be very simple utilizing Elementor, which I'll be showing you in just a few minutes. So here, this is what it looks like here. We also have the tablet view as well as the mobile. So I like the style of this kit, and don't worry, you do not need to have a mobile app to use this kit in particular, or even the other ones. This is simply just showcasing a templates. If you want to have, for example, something about cooking, or you want to have a fitness website, or just a simple blog, you can also edit some of this stuff and still use the same layouts, even though he doesn't have to particularly focus on the title, which they have mobile payment app. This is just simply a templated design that they have here. Let's go ahead and click on start with this kit, and we can see that it is ready. So let's go ahead and see what our current website looks like. And now here we are on the Elementor Editor. So this will essentially allow you to edit anything that you see on your website. And don't worry, I'll show you step by step on how to do all of this. And if you can see right away, we can go ahead and click into here, and we can just go ahead and type in whatever we want. So if I were to go here and let me just say, select all of it and say, hello, how are you? You can do that. You can also go over here and say the same thing, hi. And another thing is that you can actually create text and additional features with AI. As we can see here, edit with AI. So let's go ahead and let's say erase this, and now it's gonna ask us to describe our text and tone. Let's just say I want to create, so let's say write a catchy title for a, and this is a mobile app template, so let's just stick with the theme, say a mobile gaming app about space, and let's go ahead and generate the text. And now we can see here, Galactic Quest, conquer the cosmos in this epic space adventure game. Now, if you do obviously have a game, definitely you can replace the title. You can actually do additional features as well as simplifying the language, making it longer, shorter, grammar, as well as the tones, which you can mess around with all these options, and you can actually translate it to these different languages here. So for simplicity's sake, I think this looks pretty good, so let's go ahead and use the text. And now we can see that we have it right here. Now, you might notice it actually looks quite large, so we can actually go and edit everything in terms of, we can see the colors right here. Change this, want to make it red, can do that. Let's keep it at the default color, so let me just get out of here. And then we have typography, so this is fonts. So this is the default fonts. You want to change it to this one, you can. I'll keep it at the default size. So here's what I was looking for. Let's change the size to 50. Semi-bold looks here. Style, decoration. Now this is the line height. So you might notice it looks a little strange, so we can actually decrease the line height here. And then also the letter spacing, you can actually mess around with that stuff too. But for simplicity's sake, we can keep it here. Maybe let's try bold here. That looks a little cooler to me. And again, this is all personal preference, but just keep in mind that if you want to change text colors, sizing, fonts, style is the tab you need to go for. And advanced, this is margin and padding. This essentially describes the spacing around and inside of these essential. You can see here this rectangle that's highlighted in pink, and then we also have these options here. Now you might have noticed that it's slightly covering over, but don't worry, we can change that if you wanted to. But for right now, let's go back to the content here, and we can actually close this out to see how it looks. And actually, let me unclick off of this so you can get rid of this this pink box here. And you might have noticed that pink line, so simply I just clicked on the container and I just dragged it inside to get rid of that option. And now you can see that it disappears, and we can see that it is perfectly in line with everything here. In addition, if you do not like the current setup, like you want the heading to be below, you can actually drag it here, as well as physically clicking on this option here as well, and going there and just dragging it up. So it's probably easier if you were to do it on this side if it's not getting what you want, but you can also do it inside of this as well. But let's go ahead and continue with creating and editing this website. So first thing is, whenever you do make a change, what you're going to need to do is you can go here and click on publish, or you can go here and save the draft as well. So for my sake, I'm just going to click on publish because I just want to have this already set, and I haven't made any major changes, so it's not that big of a deal. In addition, we can see here you can add more elements, site settings, and there's many other different features. but I want to make sure, in case you are busy and you can't go ahead and edit everything in one go, how to actually go back and access your website in case maybe your internet goes out or just something happens to where you don't see the screen anymore. So let's go ahead and do that. So if you actually still have the screen up, you can go ahead and actually go back to manage this website or even exit to WordPress. Let's go ahead and click on manage this website. So here now I am on the Elementor dashboard, and this is where you can see all of your websites as well as your domains, your description, and this is the one we have currently right here. Now if I go back to our websites, I have a different amount maybe compared to some of you, but essentially this is where you have all your websites. Then you can go here to see your subscriptions, and basically if you did not see the first screen, you can go to your actual hosting, click here, manage your subscription, and there should be an option that says create your websites, which you can see there. However, let's go back to our websites here. Choose the one that you were just focusing on. So if you just have one, you'll see, so this is our website, I have AI here, and we can go back now and click on edit with Elementor. And now this will bring us back to the Elementor dashboard like you just saw earlier. And now we can go ahead and get back to editing the design. So in case anything happens, you'll know exactly how to go back and forth in between the different tabs. In addition, if we go back here to WordPress, let's go here, exit to WordPress. This will show us a different screen, which we'll be utilizing later in this tutorial on how to add in additional things such as like pages, posts. So you just need to click here to this view pages option. And this is typically the default that most people see when they are starting creating a website with WordPress. And then essentially you can control a lot of different things on your website from this dashboard. But for now, let's go back to Elementor, change up some of the designs. I'll show you how to do a bunch of different changes to the website with Elementor, and then we'll add in the additional, more of the back-end stuff, which essentially means more of the data related information, which is here on the WordPress sites, and that'll be later after we finish all of the design features. So let's go here, we can go to dashboard, and it's going to give us a overall view here, as well as clicking on here to see the actual website. But go to dashboard, click edit with Elementor, and then that'll bring us back to the editor as well. So now we're back on the editor, and I already showed you how to edit the text. However, let me show you how to edit additional features. So another thing is, let's say you do not like a particular thing in the design, so you want to delete it. You can actually go and click on this, for example, this section here, and you can actually go and right click, and you have all these options here, and we can see we have the delete option right there, as well as these options here. So let's say you don't actually have a game, you can delete this as well. Same thing for this. And now we just have this text here. And now if you want to, here is under the basic tab all of the features that typically you'll see on a website. So you have headings, images, videos, buttons. So let's go add this button right here. So you can just click and drag it in, and then well, you can see if I drag it in, it's gonna go above. So let me just go ahead and put this over here, and now you have it hiding right there. Now we just click on the button, and then I'm gonna hit the plus sign. Now we can add in another element, and I want to add in a divider. So I'll just drag this over to the right sides, and you can see we have this line here. Now if you don't like this line, that's fine, don't worry. You can go here to style, go to color, and change the opacity, and now you can see it's invisible. And then you can go to advanced, and if you want to increase, for example, the spacing, you can uncheck this and put like margin up and just change the value. And basically you can see that's for the top. Obviously you can do it for the bottom too, but this is just for simplicity's sake. You can see you have spacing there. I personally enjoy the default setting, so let's just keep it like that. Let's go back to the plus sign, and pretty much anything else you want to add in. So you don't like this image, go here, click on it, and you can choose the image and change this on your file, as well as going back to the plus sign, you can drag in another image and put it pretty much anywhere that you think a image could work. So this doesn't really make sense in this position, but I just wanted to show you for example purposes. In addition, if you do not like this screen here, you can also exit off it. And here we can see we have this logo option here, which we can add later, but now we have this option. So here we can see we have 4 different columns here. Now this looks pretty cool, so I'll keep it there. But again, you can go here, you can add in text, change this up, change icons, whatever you need to. Same thing with the images. change the titles, you name it. But let's say, for example, this section, let's see right here. Maybe I don't like this section. Well, as long as you hover around the correct area, which you can see here, you can actually go here and just click on the X and deletes that. Same thing here, part of this section, delete it just like that. I'll keep this, looks pretty cool. But now, let's say you do like some of the things, but you want to add some more stuff. You can also scroll to the bottom, you can see we have the option here, or you can just go into a particular area. Let's say you go up maybe in this section and you want to add something above this. Or even technically you can do it there, but basically if you want to put something here, let's say plus sign here, this opens up this tab, and then pretty much you can click the plus sign and choose the structure that you want. So I'll go like this, and this essentially is we have two rectangles here, and you can click on the plus sign and then basically add in all the stuff that you need. So we got the heading again, let's do text, and then we have image, and pretty much you can see here, this is what we have. And then we can just change this up, and that pretty much showcases it like that. Now, what's cool is, look at this, AI. This is where you can speed up your process tremendously by using AI instead of having to do everything yourself, which we saw earlier with the text. Let's do this with the image. So click on the image here and the AI option, and let's just say, once it finishes loading, to create us an image, let's see here, let's just do a space mobile game scene, and let's keep it here. We have digital art, I think makes more sense. Style, we can change that up to let's maybe keep it default here, and then we have square, and let's generate the image. And in real time we can see that this is being auto generated utilizing AI, and it's going to create an image that otherwise we probably would not be able to make ourselves unless you are very good at graphic design. Either way, it will take you a long time to create something similar, and we can see here, this is the images we have. So let me just click on this image here and select this, and take a look at that. Now we have this nice, beautiful image. And then same thing for the text. You want to write something with AI. Let's keep it here, and let's say write a description for my mobile space gaming app. Generate the text, do this again, and we'll generate this entire section here, and let's make it shorter, see how it does. Here we go, and you can read through this, and if you do like it, definitely keep it, but let's just go ahead and use the text. And then here, let's do it again with AI and say, write a short title for my mobile gaming app about space, and let's generate the text. Here we go, and then we'll just use the text here. Now again, you can always change this stuff up, and if you do not like particular, like let's go here, we can add in some spacing, go here, change this, or you technically could let's go back to the opacity again, and this is what we currently have going on. So now you notice if I show the full screen that the sides are touching the edge a little too close for my liking. So what I like to do is actually, you can click on the container here and then go over to advanced and go to layouts, and here's where we can edit the padding. So now let's go and let's change the padding, and let's do maybe 20, let's just do 24 for now just to look at it. And as you can see, a lot has changed. Now ideally you could just simply edit the left and right, but let's just keep it, let's do 48, see how that looks. And basically we can see we have a little bit better spacing on this section. So now it looks like the website's a little bit more on this side, so maybe we can increase that a little bit more, but maybe I'll just keep it at 52 for now and see how that looks. It's not perfect, but again, you can play around with this. This is your design. And as you can see, we have this generated right over here. Now we still have this open section right here. So again, you can add in whatever you want to, or if you just do not like this, simply go here and delete this container. And now you can see we have just one container here. Now, you can go back to this container, go over to the layouts, and if we were to go now to 100%, it fills it up just like that. And there you go. Now you can see we have this full on container. Now, this doesn't look as I'd say concise with the current theme and the colors. So I'm just going to simply go ahead and delete this, but I wanted to show you how to do that utilizing AI in case you did need to increase or at least add on to your website. So delete the container. In addition, I can hit the plus sign here. They have this folder option, and this is their pre-built blocks, pages, and templates as well. So if you do like any of these things, such as footers, we even have some forms over here, you name it, whatever you need to add to your website, you can do it here. So we also can see they have full on pages, and then have my templates offered there. Now let's just pretend, let's say you need a form. Let's just go ahead and click on insert here, and let's just go ahead. This will don't override the design layout and other settings and you're working on, and that's fine. I'll hit apply, and now you can see we have this full on change to the actual website according to with this actual design here. Now let's go back, and let's say you do not like this color. Let's say you made a mistake. It doesn't look that good. Let's click on the X. Let's click here again. And now this is where we come into the global colors. So now here is the option site settings. So let's click on this. So the first thing is we have the global colors. So this essentially is all the colors on your website, and we can have this button, for example. So if let's say I want to change the button color to maybe a more of a greenish color. So let's say try maybe like this one, and then we go back. All right, let's just go ahead and click on save real quick, and that should automatically update it for us. And you can see here we have the buttons updated. Now additionally, the background. So the background did change when we added that template. So in case you do not want to have that issue, definitely you can go ahead and change this. Now here's a current classic, and right now if I'm going to edit this, it seems like the classic color is not changing the background by default. And there's a workaround this. We can actually go to gradients, and we can change the color. And basically if you just want one solid color, just make both of the colors the same, and you can see that we have this back now to white. Now if you want to add a cool effect where it's like a lightish green gradient mix, which you can see here, which I personally kind of like this a lot, but let's make it more of a, maybe more of a yellow green here. We can see this. Let's see, maybe we can even change it up even more. Now you can see that we have this nice little gradient color here. I personally like this myself. Again, it's all opinion, but feel free to change that and then simply hit save changes. In addition, any additional color that you want to have as a default, you can go and change that on the global settings, and then anything else you can see here on the website, you can obviously make that edit too. So let me just go ahead and exit off this, and as you can see, this is our website right now. So let me go ahead and showcase what we have created so far. So again, I have showed you how to change up the text, the colors, as well as how to utilize AI to auto-generate designs and images, and pretty much anything where you can add AI to it, you can go ahead and test it out and experiment. Now here we have, you can see this is a header. So let's go ahead and click on this header. Let me show you how you can edit this. So we're here on the header, so let's go ahead and try to edit some of these options. So here we have is this, essentially this is like our menu. Now right now we haven't created a menu, so this is the currently one we have showing. If I were to change this to main menu, then it's going to showcase different options we have, and these are essentially the pages which I will show you on the WordPress dashboard after. And this is how you can actually customize this stuff, so don't worry about that if you don't like this word or this word or this word. I'll show you how to do all of that on the WordPress section. Here, let's go ahead and save this real quick, and let's go click back on the header editor, and then I want to change some more things. So for example, now one quick thing is, if you notice like you're trying to click on something but it shows this pink like edit page section, just simply navigate and move the mouse outside, and then now we can click back into it, and that way we can go back and edit it. So now I can change this logo, and now you can go ahead and change the site logo, or you can actually add one with AI. But for this design, I don't actually have a logo in mind, so let me just go ahead and delete this option so it keeps it like this. And now let's go ahead and see how the site currently is looking. And so far we can even change this up to the different views to see how it looks as well. And it looks like so far everything is nice and fitting. And now let's go ahead and let me show you how to actually change up these menu items here, as well as show you how to use the WordPress dashboard. So what you do is make sure you have it saved if you haven't already, and then go back to the logo and then go here to exit to WordPress. So actually, let's go back, click on this arrow here, and make sure we hit publish or at least save, depending on if you want to keep it as a draft. And now we can go here, Elementor, exit to WordPress. And now we are back on the WordPress dashboard. So now let me show you how to navigate through here. Let's go click on to this dashboard option, and this again is the main dashboard page where you can go back to Edit with Elementor and see additional details. So now we're on the WordPress dashboard, and on here you can do a lot of things such as create posts, pages, upload some media, in addition change up your themes, add plugins, and additional settings. So first thing is, let me show you what pages are. Now this is essentially going to be on your website, and if you are using a one-page website where essentially everything is on the screen and all they need to do is simply scroll down to see all the information, then this won't really matter too much for you. However, if you do decide to have menu options such as a home page, an about page, a contact page, services, you name it, this is where you go ahead and create that. So as you can see, we already have these pre-built template pages, and essentially if you were to create a new page, and essentially what pages are referring to in this context can also refer to your menu on your website. So you can notice that there is quite a few different options here. However, you don't need to include all of these in your actual menu displaying on your real website, but you can still have them here as drafts if you like. So let's say you have a website and you need to create a new page for people to find information. So let's just call this one something relating about, let's say, testimonials. So all you need to do is click here, add new page, and we can just call this testimonials and save it right there. And as you can see, new page has been created, and then pretty much once it refreshes, we will see there is a new page that has been made. So as you can see, it has opened us back up to the Elementor Editor. So just for example, saying, let's just go ahead and add a section right here, and essentially what I want to do is, let's see, this is currently showcasing on the header option. So let's actually draw one here, and let's do another one like this. So now we have it right here. So I'll just hit the plus sign, I'll put the heading, and this will just be for testimonials, and let's just center this, and we'll just keep it like that for now. So let's publish this, and right now you notice that we have these menu options here, but there is no testimonials section. So how can we do this where we have a testimonials showcasing on the header? Let's go back to our dashboard and go exit to WordPress, click back onto the logo here, and now we need to go over to appearance, and then we can go here to menus. And now you can see that we have these menus. So this one was already pre-created called legal. If you want to create a new menu, you simply can, but for now we can see that this is showcasing under menu name legal, and these are the two options here. Now if you want to switch the menu, you can click here and change it to main menu, and then go basically hit select here, and this will showcase the main menu. And you can create a new menu if you want to, if you're making this from scratch. But now you can see we have the testimonials page that we just created. Click on this, add it to your menu, and now if I were to go and click save menu, now you can see that now we have 5 options here. So now if we go back to our website, just click on this here, we can see now we have the testimonials, and if we were to click it like this, we can see we have our testimonials here. Now I have to go back with Elementor and then edit some of the details regarding the design, but for the simplicity's sake, let's just go back and edit this and see how we can change up the design. It looks like this wasn't showing up here, which is fine. Let's just delete this, and let me exit off this real quick, delete this here. Let's go ahead and just add in a actual page, make life easy. And for simplicity's sake, let me just pick this random options here. So let's just pretend you have this option. Let's just pick don't apply, and then we can see we have this page already built here. And now we simply just hit publish. And now let's go ahead and view our website now. Let's go exit back to WordPress again, and let's open a new tab. Let's view this site. And now if I were to click onto the testimonials, you can see we have a fully built-in website. Now obviously it doesn't relate to the testimonials menu name, but you get the idea. You would simply recreate and design everything you need to for this. Then we can go back home, and then again, if you need logos, you can add that in there as well. And let's go ahead and look at some more additional things regarding the WordPress. So let's go back here. Additionally, we have post. Let's go here to post. Now this is if you prefer to have blog posts on your website. If you don't have any of the information, then you really don't need a post section. However, a lot of people do like to write blog posts, articles, and just simple news updates on whatever they're doing. So here's where you go ahead and do that. So you can simply add a new post here. Simply say this today updates, and you just choose whatever you want to. Just filler text here, and then simply hit publish. We have our filler text added, and also notice the URL is the title we have, today's dash update, so in case you need for SEO purposes. And then simply go to edit with Elementor, and essentially this is the way we can design how the website is looking. So as of right now, based off of this heading, it looks a little strange because I don't have really much text in here, and also this isn't viewing because we have this like little dashboard up here. But essentially on different templates, especially ones with blog posts, they'll have a different design. In addition, there's this option for posts. So for example, I want to click here and just add this text right now, and let's add another one just for design's sake. And let's go back to the plus. We have this post option, and what this will do is essentially showcase your blog post. So you can obviously change the design here, but clearly with this header, if you don't like this header option right there, you can change it and not have it showing. But pretty much right now, at least, we have it on this option. And if I just exit off of the header, now you can see it disappeared. You can see we have a better text option here. So if I were to edit the post now, let me just save real quick, and let's just go ahead and write some more filler text. So here I'll just go ahead and paste some filler text here. Now you can see we have our blog post looking like this. Now obviously it doesn't look beautiful, but that's something you can update. Then also for the header, let me just save really quick. If you wanted to showcase and fix up the design, you can do that as well. But clearly this particular layout, this template isn't the best for this particular page. But again, there's other tips in the beginning that you have specifically for blog posts. They have pre-built designs already. They'll save you a lot more time. In addition, you can check out some of the pages as well here, and they have some better layouts in terms of blog particular designs as well. And now one thing I wanted to include is in case you somehow delete the header on accident, let's say your menu, you can't find it, and then when you preview your site is nowhere to be found. Well, make sure if one is when you edit with Elementor, you actually have it selected. Two is you can hit the plus sign, and then depending on the layouts, you can choose. So for example, let's click on this option, then simply click on the plus here, drag in the WordPress menu, and this one's showing the wrong one, so I want main menu to show up here. And then for the styles, we can change the typography, and we simply can just decrease the text until they fit the size you'd like. And then for this side, you can add in a button. So for example, drag a button over here, we can put this to the side over there, and we can change the let's see, click here, let's change this text, let's just say download, keep it like the original one. Style, we can change to see the colors here. Background text color, we can maybe make it white, and then maybe for the margin, let's do margin left. Let's see how this looks. I meant the right, so it's the right side because it's obviously the right page. And then we can mess around with the top as well. And again, you can align this to whichever preference you have. Let's just keep it, let's do 12 for that. Let's just save this now, and then let's publish our changes. Let's go back here really quick, and I can see we have our menu back again, and then we have all the pages originally that we have here. That's in case you want to update the design of your heading, or aka your menu. Another thing I want to show you is posts. Now, posts are perfect if you decide to create a blog for your website, or if you end up writing any sort of articles, updates, you name it, anything that pretty much requires a title and a paragraph below it, and essentially basically a blog in short is where you do everything for posting. So here, this particular website isn't really blog designed. So in terms of this kit, you can obviously have it designed for it, but this is more of like a showcase everything here. And then obviously you can read more stuff like this where you click on here. But again, there's other templates that are specifically just for blogging too as well. So again, if that fits your needs, that's where you go ahead and do this. But essentially all you need to do is click on add a new post, and the title, at least right now, that would be the URL slug essentially, where for SEO purposes. So if you want to say let's do something like today, let's say today's update, and essentially that's what the URL will update to. But obviously you would write your title how you like it. You can say today's updates, and then you just include some filler text, you know, today I went to the store, and whatever blog information you're writing about, you get the points. You would just add it here, and this could be like a full-on paragraph, and then simply just go ahead and publish this, and then you'll see where it'll be ending up. So let me just publish this really quick just to show you, and you can see this is the address. Now obviously my website domain isn't connected yet, so that it's not showing it, but usually you'll say yourwebsite.com/ and if I go to the end of this, you can see today's updates, and that's where you have your posts. And then you can go ahead and edit with Elementor and change up the designs, but that's obviously something you can do. And you can create a new page as well. For example, if you go to pages here and just call it blog post or just pages, and then you can attach all of your posts to that page as well, and that way it makes it easier for everyone to see what you have on your actual post. Now we're back on the Elementor editor, and I'm going to show you how you can create a pop-up. So on your computer you can type Command E or Control E depending on your computer. So let me just click here, and essentially you can type in the word pop-up, and here we have this option, add new pop-up. Now here we can see they have pre-built templates already made for us. So let's go ahead and just look through some of these options, and I personally do like this one. This one has more of like the theme relating to the mobile app version. And now we can go ahead and just edit some of this stuff. So we can say like get 50% off, and then we can change this maybe to just say download now, and we'll say mobile, let's see here, mobile space game. And obviously you can change the colors of this stuff with the styling and all that, but for simplicity's sake, let's just keep it like this. And if we go back to the content, we can see we have these options here, and the link, obviously this is something that you would link to your page. So for example, website.com, so whatever website.com and / your page name you'd include there, and then any additional styling and details you can put ahead right there as well. So let's go ahead and click on publish, and let's see here, where do you want to display your templates, as well as the triggers and the advanced rules. So we can here click on add condition, and I can say my entire site, or you can exclude its triggers, let's say on page load, on scroll to elements. So let's just say on scroll, and then within 50%, which is fine, and then there's advanced rules in terms of where you want it to show. So let's just hit save and close, and then we can go ahead and click on this eyeball here and preview this, and let's see. So currently this is what we have currently right now, and this is what we got going on. So if I were to go back and just hit back home, let me just refresh, and now we scroll past halfway and take a look at that, our pop-up shows. And then this obviously would link to whatever your link is, and now you can see obviously you can change the design and stuff, but that is one way you can go ahead and add your own pop-up to your website. In addition, I'm going to show you how you can create a form as well. So here we are again on the editor. You can just simply go to the search option and click or type form, and now we see we have this options for forms. So let me actually find, let's go to the bottom here, let's just click here, and let me just drag this in, and let's go back to the plus sign here, and let me retype form again, drag this in, and you can see I have this default form. Now here obviously you can change the name of the text as well as the options if you don't want to have emails, or if you want to add an item, you can add the item here and simply name this or whatever you want to. The label, just say let's just call this one let's just say name 2 for example purposes. Now you can see it lists right there, but let me just delete that because we don't need this. In addition, you can have the required mark, so if you ever need like particular email, so you can get their email back. In addition, you have additional settings such as the sizing, actions after submit such as collections, emails, and this will all be on the back end. And you can see the data is being collected over here, and you can see where the actual information will be sent to, the from email, as well as additional meta tags, steps, and additional options. So again, with this form, you can play around with the sizing. So like for example, the columns gap, all this fun stuff here. This is design purposes, and then again, some more stuff here. But pretty much you get the points. If you want to change the design, the layouts, and then pretty much it's like a typical standard form. But this is just the super simple way to add one into your websites utilizing the Elementor Editor. And once you've completed designing your websites and you're ready to have it put out there on the online space, you're going to need to, one, get a domain if you want to have your own branding, which you can go back to the Elementor Dashboard where you were to see your subscription as well as managing your accounts, and simply go here to manage domains, and then you can actually buy a domain through here, or you can connect a domain that you already currently have. In addition, your site lock is currently set to on, so if you want to change the setting, you can simply click this and follow the steps in order to have your website ready to go. And aside from that, that is pretty much all the steps you need to get started going out there and creating your website. So if you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more.